It began with a harmless thirst. At 2 a.m. I slid from bed, certain the house still slept. On the steps I breathed through my teeth. Every creak sounded like gunfire in that hush. A quick gulp of water, nothing more. Then the glow from the living room doorway caught my eye. My parents sat face to face, rigid, eyes wide, as if frozen mid-thought. No TV, no whisper, just waiting. I backed away, climbed the stairs blind, and buried myself beneath the blanket, begging sleep to erase it. At breakfast, Mother insisted I'd dreamt it. Her smile lingered one beat too long, like a mask slipping.
That night I vowed to stay awake. 3 attempts failed. The 4th carried me to 3:15 a.m.
The scene repeated exactly, same chairs, same posture, same unblinking stare. Time itself felt pre-recorded. I tried to recall ever seeing them sleep. Nothing surfaced, only static where memories should be.
I started a notebook. Wake at 2:50. Observe, record. Science against dread, or so I hoped.
Every night the wall clock froze for 5 seconds at 2:59, 55 before jerking forward again. No hand touched the switch, yet the lamp brightened. My parents took their places like actors hitting marks. I filmed them once. By morning the file was black except for a single frame. My face asleep on screen, daylight routines looped, same sentences. Identical smiles, coffee stirred in fixed hypnotic patterns. At 3:12 I hid behind the sofa. They spoke to an unseen presence. Cycle intact, the walls shuddered, books rattling, yet nothing in the city registered a quake. Only that room vibrated. At 4 a.m. they rose, brewed tea, and greeted sunrise as though night were erased. I felt watched in reverse, every gesture of mine rehearsed for an audience I couldn't see. False memories bled in, conversations never held, images of a sigil, 3 eyes inside a circle. I asked Mother if she ever slept. Her laughter sounded pre-recorded, glitching for half a heartbeat. That dusk, claws scraped the attic at 3:00. Shadows slithered along the corridor without owners. In the front window, my reflection watched me, unblinking, a living photograph refusing to sync. One Sunday, they left for a community meeting. The silence felt staged, begging me to explore. Shifting the sofa, a floorboard clicked hollow. Underneath waited a dust-caked trapdoor, without a lock. I descended uneven stone steps into air thick with mold and iron. The cellar was circular, a lone chair toppled at center, walls inked with the 3-eyed sigil. Old folders revealed a birth certificate for my father dated 1947, signed Cycle 3 complete, photo identical to him. Another sheet mirrored my mother. Impossible dates, flawless signatures duplicated across decades. A key dangled above a metal cabinet filled with VHS tapes labeled Night Cycle Observation. Pre-back showed my parents unchanged from 1980 to now. Always 3 a.m., always staring. I couldn't breathe. Realization hardened into resolve. Confront them or go mad. Night fell. I stepped into the lit room and touched Father's rigid shoulder. His limbs stretched like a puppet on hidden wires. Eyes leaked dark blood. A chorus spoke through him. Cycle interrupted. Vigil must not break. Mother rose without moving her legs. Pupils tripled, spinning like tiny gears of light. Her fingertip on my forehead. Unleashed visions, endless houses, endless parents, titanic forms behind thin veils. I collapsed. Darkness folded over me like wet canvas. Morning came gentle. They served breakfast. Perfect, polite, only a new pulsing mark on Father's neck. That day I discovered I could no longer sleep. Eyelids refused to meet. My reflection greeted me with her dry stare, silently mouthing, "Your shift begins." The purpose crystallized. Constant watching keeps a hungry void from crossing. If one sentinel fails, another is drafted. My insomnia was the summons. At 2:59, my eyes snapped open unprompted. Footsteps carried me to the lit room automatically. They were waiting, smiling with something close to pride. A third chair faced them, perfectly centered, the exact spot I'd watched from for weeks. I sat, spine straight, hands folded, eyes wide. 60 minutes passed without a blink. The air thickened, vibrating with something pacing beyond sight. I sensed the thing behind the veil pressing, tasting for weakness in our stare. By dawn, I was part of the machinery. No fatigue, no hunger, only watchfulness. My eyes refused tears. Vision sharpened until I saw tiny fractures in daylight itself. Resistance faded. Purpose filled the hollow where sleep once lived. My parents whispered, "We guard so others can dream. That's the bargain." Sunset arrived. My heartbeat kept perfect time with the ticking wall clock. I straightened the third chair, certain now it had always belonged to me. Blurry sand trickled inside my pupils, measuring an hour I never felt pass. The thing outside throbbed like distant drums, satisfied for now. Days blurred, pages tore from calendars without dates. Only night cycles counted anymore. I woke one dusk with an aching eyelid, another pupil forming beside the first. Total wakefulness felt like drowning in clarity. Thoughts echoed like footsteps in an empty mall. Now I grasped the scale. Countless houses, countless children drafted into the night watch. Father spoke gently, "Someday you'll train another, as we trained you." The phrase chilled me. Cycles don't end, they hand the clock forward. I'm telling you this while the minute hand trembles. Someone must hear before they forget how to dream. Listen closely to your house at 3 a.m. If the silence feels staged, a chair may already bear your name. Do not blink when the light flickers. It's counting the seconds you have left. I no longer recall the softness of sleep or the warmth of dreams, only the glare. My eyes stay open even when I try to shut them. Night is no longer a time. It's a place where I reside permanently. Somewhere, another child rubs tired eyes, unaware the roster has advanced. I feel their heartbeat through walls synchronized with mine, drumming like distant thunder. Sometimes the veil ripples. A shape presses so close I smell cold ashes and distant ocean. In that hush, even the house forgets how to breathe. For one terrifying second, my heart halts just to prove I no longer need it. Blink, everything goes dark, yet my eyes remain open in the void. If you're still listening, remember the night watch never ends. It only changes names.